Okay, we're talking about revenue. We are looking at money that we earn from our customers. But then there's two different ways that we can record it. So you would have seen it on screen. There's a thing called a cash basis. And there's a different way called a accrual basis. Funny word, accrual basis, but we'll go through what each of them mean. Now it's just two different ways of recording revenue or recording transactions, and I'll show you the differences between the two and then tell you which is the most commonly used in accounting. So, when we record transactions, we can record them on the cash basis or the accrual basis. So, the cash basis. Cash basis is quite simple. We record a transaction when it is paid or when it's received into the bank account. So, paid out of the bank account or received into the bank account. So, for this one, if there is a movement of cash into the bank account, then yes, we definitely record it. Now, the accrual basis is a little bit more involved. So the accrual basis says we record a transaction when the revenue is earned or when the expense is incurred, not when the cash goes in and out of the bank account. Okay, so this needs a bit of explaining. So here, when revenue is earned, so when do we actually earn the money? When have we actually, when are we have an obligation to get the money from the customer? Okay, that's when we earn it. Now, expenses are incurred. Now, expenses incurred mean that we are liable to pay it. We've maybe bought something, we're liable to pay it. However, the cash might happen later. The cash might be received from the customer later, we might pay the bill later. Doesn't matter, that's further down the track. On the accrual basis, we want to record the transaction when it happens, when we earn it, when we incur it. So, that's what I've put down here down the bottom line. As accountants, we want to record when revenue is earned, not when the cash is received. Because some customers might pay us months later, but we want to record it when the event happens, when we earn it. So here's a bit of a timeline. So imagine you're a hotel hosting a big conference for Google, and they come and stay at the beginning of September. So September 1st to 5th, the hotel hosts the big conference. So then they leave, they pack up, they go. September 10th, the total amount of the invoice is tallied up, and the total amount comes to $158,000, and that's sent off to Google. So now, when we're talking about business to business, there's a bit of a time lag of getting paid, and it's very common for bills to be paid the 20th of the following month, and that's what happens. So, the 20th of the following month, the invoice is now paid by Google. Now, question, is it revenue? So have a little think, have we earned money? Hopefully you probably said yes, we have earned money. We're getting money from Google. Now, the question is, when is it revenue? Now there's two different ways we can record it, under the cash basis or the accrual basis. So, first question, when is it revenue under the cash basis? So under the cash basis, that's when the invoice is paid, when we receive the money. So we would record sales on the 20th of October. But when did we actually earn the money? When did we earn it? And this is the accrual basis. When should we record it? Yep, and that's going to be about the 10th of September, when we send them that first invoice. When we send them that first invoice, that's the date and the timeline when it is finalised of how much they actually have an obligation. And so at that point, we should record the revenue. Now, we record the revenue at that point, and we record them as debtors. They owe money to the business. So, it's a bit of a funny concept. I have got a couple of videos on Canvas that go through the difference between cash and accrual as well. But just remember, cash basis recording, we don't use it that much. There are very few businesses in New Zealand that are allowed to use it. And cash basis, literally just when things are paid, when things are received. But the accrual basis is a more true or more clearer picture. It's really, really important to use it to make sure that we capture those transactions that we haven't yet been paid for or that we haven't paid, because that gives us a true picture of how the business is actually going. Imagine for this example that we were looking at the results for September, and we go, well, September, if you record on the cash basis, well, we don't record anything in September. It's not till the cash comes in. But the manager's going, no, we had Google come. It was a big month. On the accrual basis, it's actually a truer picture. We don't worry about when the cash has come in. We just say, that's when we earned it. Yep, that's when they're obliged to pay. That's when we should record it. And so the statistics for September would be accurate. Okay, so that's a bit of the difference between the cash basis and the accrual basis.